Oklahoma is one signature away from the governor raising the legal age of consent from 16 to 18 years old. It's an idea that most legislators we've heard from say they support. Where they disagree, though, is whether there should be exceptions to the law. News 4's Spencer Humphrey breaks it all down.
It all now lies in the hands of Governor Stitt. If he signs this bill into law, it will officially raise the age of consent in Oklahoma from the current 16 years old to 18, closing what most state lawmakers we've heard from saw as a loophole in current law that allowed adults, in many cases significantly older adults, to legally have sex with 16 and 17-year-olds.
Would you agree that the reason that we're working on this is to prevent grooming for those 16 and 17-year-old females and males by 30 and 40-year-old men and women?
Yes, sir. That's the primary reason for this. Yes, sir.
Because I don't believe in allowing adults to have sex with kids.
Knowing that's how State Representative Andy Fugate feels about things, you may find it surprising to learn he was part of a group of lawmakers from both parties who actually voted against the final version of that bill.
We could have done a much better job to really nail down and isolate what's going on.
Fugate's problem was not with raising the age of consent, but rather with a clause the Senate added to the bill, making changes to the state's current Romeo and Juliet exception. Right now, that exception allows teens between the ages of 14 and 17 to legally have sex with each other, even though 14 and 15-year-olds are technically below the age of consent. And once someone turns 18, they can no longer legally have sex with anyone below the age of consent. But if the age of consent changes from 16 to 18, some lawmakers saw a potential problem.
Mary is 17 and 11 months. John is almost 18, no problem. The day that John turns 18, if he has sexual relations with that young lady who is 1 month younger than him, he may be charged with statutory rape.
It's why the Senate rewrote that Romeo and Juliet clause, changing it to now allow adults and minors to consent to sex as long as they're both over 16 and within 4 years of age. That would mean a 20-year-old could legally have sex with a 16-year-old, and a 21-year-old could legally have sex with a 17-year-old. That's where Fugate's problem comes in.
And that power dynamic that exists between that 4-year age difference is just too far. To me, it's a bridge too far when they are no longer teens. They should no longer be involved with someone who is a teen.
He offered a compromise.
Maybe we do a 1-year grace period to allow perhaps a 19-year-old to have a little bit of leeway.
But his idea didn't make it into the final bill. A bill which, at the end of the day, Fugate still sees as at least a step in the right direction.
The bill is definitely progress. It is better than what we have today.
In Oklahoma City, Spencer Humphrey, Oklahoma's News 4.
If the bill does become law, Oklahoma will become one of about a dozen states where the age of consent is 18.